Morning, ma'am. Today, I, Priyanshu Kehda, will be presenting a PPT on Indian knowledge system. The topics that I've chosen are Introduction to Rasha Shastra, the lateral chemistry of Ayurveda, mercury-based drug in ancient India, and alcohol fermentation in ancient India. So first, we will talk about Rasha Shastra. The word Rasha Shastra literally means the science of mercury. It is a specialized branch of Ayurveda dealing mainly with materials which are known as Rasadravyas. According to the source of origin, the substance in the universe is classified as Jingama, animal source, example milk, meat, etc., or be the plant source, example leaves, roots, stem, etc., and Khanija, i.e., mineral source, example gold, silver, copper, sulfur, etc. So, talking about the historical background, the word Shastra itself means the science of mercury, and it deals with the materials which are known as Rasadravyas. Shastra have the following three characteristics: attributes, instant effectiveness, requirement of very small doses, and extensive therapeutic utility, irrespective of constitutional variation. So, uh, now we'll talk about Vedika period. So Vedika period consists of four Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda, and Samveda. And history of Ayurveda can be divided into three distinct periods. These periods are Vedika period, Samhita period, and post Samhita period. The post Samhita period is dominated by the renowned alchemist Siddha Nagarjuna. Nagarjuna is also known for his extraordinary acumen in processing mercury with respect to its alchemic and therapeutic use. So, Shastra can be defined as a science of study of mineral and metallic substance with respect to their therapeutic utility, including processing of these substances to prepare a drug. So, coming to the processing of metal and mineral products, it was observed by the early scholars that in case of animal and plant products, little or no processing was required to put them in use as a drug. And in case of mineral or metallic material, it should be treated with animal substance or plant substance to make it compatible with the body. In certain cases, non-compatible substances with the human body, such as orpiment and realgar, are also used in processing. The first obstacle in the consumption of mineral material in human is its non-edibility due to its hard consistency. Hence, the mineral material is vigorously processed to make it physically soft, edible, and assimilable. Apart from this, the material is also processed to make it harmless to the body. In other words, to make it free from toxicity in therapeutic doses. In post-Samhita period, a new class of drug form termed as Bhasma came into existence in the science of Ayurveda pharmaceutics with the introduction of two new techniques, Shodhana and Marana. The term Shodhana refers to therapeutic purification, whereas the term Marana refers to the incineration of metals, minerals by treating them with specifically prescribed medicinal herbs. To convert hard metal or mineral into fine and soft powder is termed as Bhasma. So, the method of preparation of Bhasma includes three stages. First is preparation of Kajali, a mercurial drug preparation prepared by grinding mercury with sulfur or prescribed metal or mineral ingredients. Stage 2 is controlled heating of Kajali. Heating of Kajali is carried out in a narrow mouth, high, long neck glass flask termed as kupi, kept in a specially prepared sandbar termed as Valuka Yantra. Stage 3 is heating. A specially designed chulha is required for the controlled heat of Valuka Yantra for preparation of Kupi Pakwa Rasa. Coming to the conclusion, as Rasha Shastra mainly talks about the use of mercury, so purification procedure of mercury depends on its intended use. Apart from Bhasma, two more dosage forms of minerals were used in the ancient India. They are Pishti and Sattva. The Pishti is prepared from minerals of gem quality. The purified minerals are subjected to wet grinding with prescribed liquids till a fine dry powder is obtained, whereas Sattva is prepared by subjecting the source material to intensive heating with borax at very high temperature. So, Coming to the second subtopic, mercury-based drug in ancient India, the red sulfide of mercury in nanoscale. So, talking about Ayurveda, Ayurveda meaning the science of life, one of the ancient medical systems of Indian subcontinent. The principles and practices of the subject are documented in a large number of age-old texts, Chakra Samhita and Shruta Samhita, being two main Ayurvedic classics. Ayurvedic material medica is dominated by substances of vegetable, animal, and mineral origin. Metals and minerals used include mercury, gold, silver, copper, iron, tin, zinc, etc. So, mercury was one of the metals which attracted the wide attention of the Ayurvedic chemists and physicians because of its properties. The process of the process is divided into three distinct steps, namely pre-treatment of mercury and sulfur with herbal and milk products, mixing of mercury and sulfur along with other herbal ingredients, resulting in formation of black sulfide of mercury. Third is thermal treatment of black sulfide of mercury at 600 to 650 degrees Celsius. The sublime red sulfide of mercury is termed as rasasindur. So, coming to the next slide. To prepare rasasindur, mercury was purified with lime, garlic, and salt, while sulfur was detoxified using milk and Eclipta alba juice. Equal parts mercury and sulfur were ground with Ficus bengalensis juice to form kajali. 250 grams kajali was sealed in a clay coated reactor and heated at 650 degrees Celsius for 33 hours, yielding red crystalline rasindura after milling and quality checks. So, the sample was characterized using various techniques, for example, XRD for crystal structure, UV visual for optical absorption, Raman and PL for vibrational and emission properties, TM for morphology, XPS for surface composition, SCM, EDS for elemental analysis. Detailed instrument settings and preparation methods were used to ensure accurate measurements. These are the results of Rasa Sindoor. So, coming to the conclusion, and it is aided by battery of experimental tools, namely PXRD, HRTM, XPS, etc. The Ayurvedic drug Rasa Sindoor is nanocrystalline, HGS with most of the particles in range of 8 e to the power 16 nanometer size. Rasa Sindoor belongs to pure hexagonal lattice and space group P3221. Rasa Sindoor is a wide bandgap material having optical band gap of 2.03 eV. Raman spectroscopy SEM and XPS confers the chemical purity of Rasa Sindoor with HGS ratio of 1:1. Further studies, Rasa Sindoor interacts with bovine serum albumin. Rasa Sindoor behaves as a protease inhibitor by inhibiting the proteolysis of BSA by trypsin. The Ayurvedic drug also shows mild antioxidant properties. So, coming to the third subtopic is alcoholic fermentation techniques in early Indian tradition. So, the term fermentation derives from the Latin word fermentum and stands for boiling. Fermentation is a process of digesting certain substances that leads to chemical conversion of organic substances into simpler compounds. The fermentation technique involved a variety of processes having a large number of uses. It also laid the foundation of alchemy and chemistry. So, manufacturing of spirituous alcoholic fermentation. In early Vedic ages, the alcohol was determined as a spiritual drink. So there were mainly three types of spiritual alcoholic fermentation, spiritual alcoholic drinks. First one is arista, powder of certain selected drugs of desired medicinal and fermenting properties mixed with water, iron powder, and triacils were used in specific ratio of preparation of arista. Asava, a mixture of cold alkaline water and sesame and juice of sugarcane was taken for the preparation of asava. These were taken in the ratio of 2:3. And third one is sura. The preparation of sura, decoction of a mixture of desirable drugs, was taken with a fermented. So this is the reaction which occurs when the fermentation happens. So history of alcohol fermentation in Vedic period. So first we'll talk about Rig Veda. The Rig Veda reports that soma was a sacred plant, the juice of which was considered as a divine drink offered to gods. The fact that Rigveda people knew fermentation of drink is evident from hymns praising Somrasa. There are about 120 hymns praising it. The next is Yajurveda described formation of two stimulating drinks, Sura and Parishrut. Sura was made by germinated paddy, germinated barley. Yeast was used often as a fermenting agent. So, the next topic is manufacturing of special Sura for purification. A mixture of decoctions of prescribed plants and sugar was taken in the ratio of 2:3 respectively. The solution was boiled on fire. After that, it was kept aside to cool down, and after this, the solution was transferred to the earthen jar for a month. Sushruta Samhita has mentioned 24 types of soma based on the difference of habitat, name, and shape. As general, the soma was furnished with 15 leaves. Coming to the conclusion, the history of fermentation in Indian from ancient times include a variety of techniques which resulted in rich repertoire of alcoholic and allied products. This was also important that fire and heat were rarely employed for the process of fermentation. Since the Vedic era, the theories and practices held in prominent place in different areas of learning in India. So that's it. Thank you.